so.
Yeah.
Well, Wack, let me ask you this, because I've been knowing you as this legendary kind of behind-the-scenes figure throughout hip-hop for decades. I'll keep it real, I hadn't really heard much about Loose Cannon until he started hanging around with you.
That's a fact. That's just what's real.
But I knew very little about him until I've read this whole this criminal complaint, and I've become to know how close he was to Big U, knowing your relationship with Big U. Now I'm looking back thinking, how had you and him got so close considering that history?
They didn't become cool until Loose was no longer cool with. But he was.
How are you trusting a guy that was so cool with
up
Big
until
U?
like what, 2 years ago?
Nah, 2021, early 2021.
Okay.
I just helped him out. I looked out for him. Like I didn't, you know what I mean? So it was like, and I did a lot of cleaning up. I took a lot of hits doing that, but I didn't mind it. I felt like I seen that he wanted that. Some people like want that and they want to be that, and I know it only goes so far versus you understanding that. Understanding this game and wanting this game is two total different things. Because when you understand it, you know to keep your resources available. You don't burn no bridges, bro, because you never know when you got to reach back that way or something's going to come at you, right? Amongst us, we got 100 different, what I don't got, he has. If he don't got it, he'll say, let me call Vlad. You know why? He don't mind calling Vlad saying, Wack's trying to get this done because we're cool, right? If he knew me and Vlad wasn't cool, to stop at him. So, that's people that understand the game. People that want the game, they'll do what it is just to gain. But your gain is going to be limited.
But do you feel like kind of taking somebody and putting on somebody that was so close to Big U and fell out, it's kind of a diss to Big U, right?
Nah, Big U I had no, that wasn't the thought.
Like if I took AD and put him on my channel now, that would be kind of a fuck you to Adam type shit. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of, do you feel like that was a move? Or was that
If you blow him up, that's the ultimate flex.
But that's kind of what he's trying to do.
Which is kind of what he did with Loose, because nobody knew who Loose was. Because
I
don't know who Loose
he was
was
just
at
a
all.
thug to Big U,
Luce
right?
had been trying to do music and all kind of stuff for like 10 years.
Yeah.
Right? You can see his history of his work, his body of work, right? But, I took and did what I did. I did it with a lot of people. But I didn't, Big U wasn't even a figment of my imagination. It wasn't a thought. I wasn't like, I'm going to do this for Big U. I wouldn't have did it at that point in time.
Do you think that pissed him off to the next level, though? Big U?
No, it probably did because Big U was used to me being.
Yeah, I hear that. Big U wasn't a thought, wasn't a figment of his imagination when he got with Loose Cannon. But watch this.
On a phone, he FaceTimed me. So he FaceTimed me and stuff like that. He was like, Nipsey just got killed. I'm like, 6-0, I didn't hear that. So I hang up with him. I called Nipsey, and I'm like, Nipsey, what's up? He was like, oh, what's up with it?
Nipsey answered.
Nipsey answered. He answered the phone. And I was like, I love you, cuz, or whatever like that.
Did you tell him the call you just got? Or you didn't even mention it?
I didn't mention it. And that's what fucked me up, because my cousin is Nipsey baby mama. You get what I'm saying? So it was like, I could have probably stopped it, or it had it.
Stop what? Fuck you mean? That fuck you talking about?
No, because listen. So after I talked to Nipsey, and I was like, yeah, I love you, cuz, or whatever like that. I see you later, or whatever. So I hung up the phone. I thought Big U gave wrong information. 30 minutes later, the homies blowing me up like they just killed Nipsey.
In his resource. And to see one of his underlings or somebody that he utilizes for something else, have that me moving with him like that, doing some of the things I've done, it probably did, but that wasn't my thought. I'm doing this for Big U. I wouldn't have did it, because at that point, it ain't pure, it ain't, you know what I'm saying? It wouldn't have been genuine.
When you started bringing up the whole Christopher Lovejoy DNA story that everybody was talking about, right? Like
he was only able to do that story because I set it up to be done.
Okay, but what I'm trying to say is, like,
you do that a lot, Trap.
Did you expect?
But hold on, Trap. You got to correct that.
No, let's go.
You do that a lot. You're a foreigner guy out there, and you be talking about our shit like you know what you're talking about. So if you was really watching it, Lovejoy didn't grab it until it was on the internet. So now you got to ask yourself, how did it get on the internet? Right? I knew I couldn't just let him talk about that because they were going to do what they're doing now. So I had to position it so it was on the internet.
So you put it on the internet, or you had
No, well, what I did is we have a segment on the 100 side of Clubhouse called Murder Mysteries. And I simply sent the girl Tink from Chicago the newspaper clipping from 2021. She was oblivious, so she started running the murder mystery. She's good at it. She'll start reading and digging. She'll come up with all these rabbit hole type scenarios, right? And when she got to certain points of what it may have been, or what is this, or what may have led up to when she would break, I played a snippet from the audio we had from the family.
Yeah.
So the snippet I played first said they found his DNA under my brother's nails. And they was like, okay, and I stopped it. And the floor is talking about, okay, well, that could have been whoever this person may have been. So they talk another 20 minutes. And like, well, who could the person have been? So I played the mother saying that they had to track down Big U for a year or so, and the feds forced him to give his DNA. So I know that these two people worked for Big U for years. He would know their voice, right? I have a media team in the GOO. The media team took all that, chopped it up, put it on the internet. Once it got on the internet, 600 was able to grab it and do his spin on it.
But the question I really have around that, because there's a great way that you broke it down for us there. But were you surprised that Luce and them had such a serious reaction? Did you think that he was going to get wrapped up in this whole thing, or did you see it as a separate thing, this Big U situation? Because I was surprised that even Rick's getting wrapped up in it, right?
It was funny. One of my business partners called me. He doesn't even do social media, but he was watching that. I swear, he's out of Philly. He called me and said, "Hey, bro, I think your boy Luce has some ties to something." I blew it off. What are you talking about? Right? Because he was like real adamant about it. He kept calling. He like 600. I said, no, he's not. It's off the internet. Nah, man, that's the recordings we got of the family. Luce was on the phone. The recordings I got, Luce was on the phone the whole time. Right? The family been contacting him for a year, but he never reacted to it. Right? So when he seen that I wasn't stopping 600, I told him he's covered because I made sure it got to the internet. I said, bro, we're warning him. 600 hates him, so he's having his fun, but we're warning him. I'm going to be real. If somebody took my DNA a year or so ago, after a year, 18 months, I'm thinking ain't nothing of it. I'm not even thinking that my skin's under about a dude's nails. And I hear the family say they found his DNA under the nails. I hear that. That's going to be alarming to me.
That did turn out to not be completely true, though, right?
No, it was completely
from
true.
See, the thing about that is that if we on the internet with this shit, you cannot warn me about the evidence they got against me, because the feds is watching, and it's just gonna make me look guilty as fuck. Like, none of that shit warning him, that didn't help Big U. That shit make him look guilty. How the fuck can you warn a gangster when the feds is watching this shit? Because they watch this shit and it's just gonna make Big U look even more guilty. Oh yeah, we trying to warn him about the fingernail shit. Like, come on, man. You can't fucking warn people on the internet. Like you should have got to that man somehow through no internet, no phone, no nothing, and warn that man like that. We shouldn't be knowing that you trying to warn this man on the internet. It just makes him look guilty. That's some shit they can use against him.
Complaint, it said that the DNA that was found, it couldn't confirm that it was Big U, but it couldn't rule it out too, whereas they could rule out the other individual, right?
No. I don't know where you saw that at.
I really saw it said that. It wasn't completely confirmed that it's Big U's DNA. That's what I'm seeing, and there's still no...
There's no... Listen.
It said it was inconclusive or something like that, right?
So, do you want me to read it out?
Go ahead.
Read out.
Okay, so... Wait, the DNA profile... So, DNA was connected from RW's ankle/sock area, consistent with the direction that RW was dragged into the desert off the highway.
Oh.
The DNA profile obtained was not complete, likely due to the aforementioned inclinement on whether the... due to the inclement weather on the night of the murder. So the weather and the way that the body was left overnight, I guess in the cold, in the wind or whatever, meant that the DNA profile wasn't able to be completed. So it says analysis of Henley's DNA profile, Big U, was inconclusive, such that he could not be excluded as the contributor of the DNA, but it couldn't be confirmed. And Robinson, on the other hand, was excluded as a potential contributor of the DNA. So it wasn't confirmed, but it couldn't be excluded.
You know who Robinson is?
Robinson.
That's the driver.
Mm-hmm.
That's the driver who told them they drove to L.A., picked the kid up, where they took him, and how he was killed. So when you got something that says you're not excluded, it could have been you, maybe not. But then you got the dude with you who gave DNA once they brought him in. Big U didn't know it, and they show, you didn't touch the body. That means he's identified Big U as a killer. That's who really told on him.
But all I'm saying is that, from what I understand, the DNA thing, to make the statement Big U's DNA was found under his fingernail.
That's been running in the media a lot.
That's not been conclusively proven as true.
These mics are kind of sensitive, so you might want to pull it in a little more.
Right?
Yeah, no, that's what.
Yeah, well, you got to remember, we didn't make.
They've been saying that as a headline since Wack started talking about it.
You got to remember, we didn't make the statement. We just played the recording.
But this is the thing. Do you feel like it's kind of overcooking Big U's involvement? Now, obviously, it's an open case. It's unresolved, right? But the headline of DNA found under fingernails is
Facts.
not.
It's
a
really
little
overcooking you.
Difference?
Trap Lil Ross understand that shit.
Listen, you know I'm allowing you to question me right now, right?
I appreciate it.
Because you did some punk shit the other day. See, the only difference is you usually do what you did the other day sitting over there in London somewhere, right? And you're not here, right? It's a lot of places you can't go. You send Adam something as if it was a clip of something I did I wasn't supposed to do.
No, he sent me a screenshot of a page from the indictment.
That's cool.
Where Big U was recorded on a wiretap, basically saying that he punked you out with a whole bunch of people, and it had a quote that he attributed to you, but it wasn't an actual video or recording. This was Big U's version of events.
Hold on. You're the receiver. So since you read everything, right? Now tread lightly with this, because I've been telling myself for the last couple minutes not to really do nothing to you because I know what you was trying to do.
Okay.
So since you so thorough, did you read what Big U said he did to me? No, either you gonna play smart or dumb. Did you read it?
Yes. Can I say one thing?
What did you
can I
find
say one thing in my
there
defense first?
That's the bullshit and the real shit.
But can I say one thing in my defense
I
first?
just want to know what you read.
I feel like stuff that Adam said that he put source on top of. I just sent him an image of the indictment and said, "Have you seen this?" You went in the room and you said a bunch of stuff.
No, you said in that page.
Added on.
You said in that page. So I'm asking you, just gonna let me know where you at with me.
Mm-hmm.
Did you read that and did you use your brain to understand why and why not? So I'm a dude that just violated Big U like no other human being, right? Violated him.
For sure.
2-3 years, right?
That's such a claim to fame now that Big U is like the ultimate bad guy of LA.
No.
Him being able to say that he violated is like him saying he went up against Al Capone.
No.
To tell the tale.
No, you got to remember, I don't see Big U the way y'all see Big U.
I know.
Big U done sat on my couch with his head down, scared straight in situations where he needed our help at. I don't see him that way. A motherfucker who I had to pay rent and help take care of his family, who then sat on my couch and said, help me. I don't see that dude as that, right? But if you read that, right, it says we was 15, 20 deep, right? And we caught him. And he was by himself, right? You do know I jumped out on them. You do know I wasn't walking. I'm in a car with 800 horsepower in it, right? I'm very capable of whatever, right? You do know my homeboys was adjacent to them, but they didn't even, that they had no idea they was there, right?
The Henny Man.
Right?
That's new information.
You do understand that, right? Right?
Smell like police numbers up in here, man. I brought my badge too. I said this the Fed Avengers. They got me. They got Adam. They got Vlad.
Mount Podmore.
Shout out to the new recruit Remo.
He the undercover.
So listen,
He the worst undercover ever.
Hold on, let's get back to it.
They said the undercover had a stutter.
Oh, the undercover had a stutter?
Actually,
no, won't you read it?
Look, I just feel like I feel like I will read it. I'll read it. I'll read it. Can I say something before I read it? Because it's very important.
I want you to read it.
All right, I'll read it.
I want to see how
I'll
smart
read
you
it,
are.
and then I'll give what I thought of it, and then I'm going to repeat what Adam said about it.
I want a dramatic reading.
You spun it crazy.
I want you to read it dramatically.
Hey, third, y'all out there?
Yo, before y'all get to that,
I'm gonna expose something that I never exposed.
Yo, Wack.
Oh wow, okay.
I'm so glad you're my friend because all your ops just go to jail, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. All your ops, every nigga don't like you, they going down in a ball of flame, man.
I'm a legal guy.
Wack's my friend. I'm telling you.
Go ahead, read it. Read it.
Mind, this is very important. This is Big U bragging about doing this on a wiretap to somebody else.
On the phone.
Not knowing that he's being listened to, right?
Read it.
Henley recounted to Victim 1 an incident in which Henley and Rollin 60's gang members chased down Wack 100, attempting to hurt him. Quote, there's 15 to 20 dudes with us with hoodies tied down. I got my hoodie on, all black, tied down. She boom. She jumped in the car, paid for, redacted, and then took off. Boom. This dude screaming. My wife, drawers. I see you, Eugene. I see you. Eugene Henley, I see you. He's screaming all of that. He's got his blower. His blower's out.
Allegations.
But he's messed up. I gotta read the whole thing. But he's messed up. Because nobody's around. We like, bitch ass dude. I'm like, yeah, bitch ass dude. He's like, redacted, die here, man. Don't do this. My wife, my kids in that car. Drawers, don't do this. He's screaming.
Now, you tell.
He was about to turn you into Swiss cheese.
I want to see how smart you are. I've been violating him for 2 years. Violating him, calling him rats, snitches. He came up there 20 deep to get me, right? And he's telling me some word. What's...
You cannot violate somebody without doing something to them physically. That just sounds stupid. I've been violating. You've been talking shit about this man on the internet. Like, come on now. That ain't violating.
Stopped him from fucking with me.
So, look. No, this is important. I'm about to give you this. Yeah. Let me get to it. My interpretation of this, me personally, and bear in mind, my interpretation wasn't put out there. Adam hopped on the live and said... No. This is so crucial.
I want you to tell me...
Because I'm going to get to mine. Mine's the... Okay. Adam hopped on there and said Wack was begging for his life. I didn't say that. You put source on that.
I want you to listen.
Adam put source on it.
I want you to tell me what you get from that.
This is what I'm trying to get to.
Why didn't he touch me?
What I get to it is because you might not want to admit this. You had your blower.
Okay.
You're begging him not to kill him.
Now stop right there.
Right?
Like Clubhouse.
If I got my blower and you 20 deep with hoodies and I'm by myself, right? No begging to plead. That's when you really do it, right? What do you think my mentality was? For a dude not to approach me and you come to get me, and I jump out my car talking, what kind of conversation you think I'm having to make a dude say, don't nobody move?
I agree with you.
Now,
the fact that you jumped out and said, Eugene, I see you. My kids, my wife is in the car.
I feel like
Blick talk.
I feel
third
like
out there.
You probably was on that Soulja Boy shit.
Now I'm about to expose something nobody ever knew.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
So here it goes, right?
Ground zero,
I'm here. All of this is a parking lot, right? I'm here. They walk down. They walk right past my car. They didn't even see me. When I seen them get here, I jumped out. Y'all looking for me? Right?
Shit.
They stopped. They back was to me. Y'all, I had everything I had, I could have dealt with everything in front of me. Now, what they didn't know is I'm talking to my team. Big Unim is here. Now, watch this. Look, watch this. Big Unim is here. I'm here out the car. Third, who was here, and here?
You taking notes?
Hold on. Third, who in that parking lot, when I'm confronting these 20 Crips, was 20 to 30 feet in every direction and they didn't know it? All my homies was behind them.
That's new information.
Listen.
That's new information, man.
So listen, check this out. So when I'm letting you know, there's no need to beg nothing. What did I tell that fool?
Let's do it.
My home, they still don't know to this day that all my homies was positioned 11 o'clock, 2 o'clock.
You notice he didn't deny him not saying, like, Eugene, I see you. My wife and kids is in the car. Don't do this. If you're going to say that, why explain this then?
6 o'clock. They didn't even see him. I'm talking to my homies in code, letting them know which way I'm going to push them. I said, nigga, ain't number 20 of y'all. I'm going to down 3 of y'all. I just told him I'm going to get off in 3s. Right? At that point, he knows if he getting off in 3s, when he go to 2s, he running out of it. These dudes right now to this day had no idea that they was ambushed. So why the f***? You see, he said I was by myself, right? Mm. I wasn't by myself. All you got to do is pay attention to the 3.
Yeah, you was with your wife and kids.
People who got off the stage with Kanye. Now let's do the math, dummies. The 3 dudes in red, does he look familiar? So where did they disappear to? When we walked Kanye to Fig, because that's where his car was at? Right, let's clear that up. Kanye said, Wack, my car is on Fig. I said, well, we got to walk around. He like, why we just can't go right there, so you got to go through the crowd. He said, your people would, I don't care. So
what don't sound right about this is Kanye is one of the most viral, famous rappers in the world right now. Hundreds of millions. Why the fuck he be at an event with no security to where he need y'all to walk him to his car? It don't even sound right. Like, walk him to his car. The man is so rich. Like, come on now. Like, he gonna ride with security guards and he's not driving his own car. Why would he need a bunch of bloods to walk him to his car? I don't know. That shit just sound crazy to me.
So we walked Kanye through the crowd, took him to Fig, went down the escalator, got in the cars. I pulled out first. I always pull out first. Oh. My people is here, here, and here. As you seen, he said what? He was by himself. The bozo don't know till his day that he was already ambushed. So once I'm going, you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna do this. You know what happens when you start to run from that and you start getting that blowing at you another way?
It's like
what
a
happens?
military operation. I like that.
So now the world knows bozo. Think about it. Where did the 4 dudes go that got off the stage with him and Ye? Where did they go? They were in the parking lot with me. But you tried to play it.
But if you were the threat, then why didn't anything happen?
What do you mean?
You said you did the ambushing.
You got to ask the 20 people. They came to get me, right? Listen, I'm going to be real. They marked themselves out. It'd have been 20 power rules going to get one person, and they jumped out like that, you would have had to use that. I told Big U, this is what I told him.
You gave him a pass?
No, I told Big U, yo move.
Did you call him by his government name?
I said, yo move. You going first. Let's get to it. He said, cuz don't move, cuz it killed me. It's exact words. I'm telling my team in code, talking to them, I said, you ain't holding the cards. They listen to me tell them to do what? Hold, because I see them moving in. I don't want you that close, because I'm going to make them scatter. I got some shit that's going to make freedom ring. That's a fact. Think about it. What make 20 gang members stop in their track? A 38? Does that do it? Nah. Gotta have some shit, right? Let's just be real.
You pull a drink on them niggas?
Let's just be real.
This just says blow up.
No, I'm asking you. What make 20 dudes stop in their tracks? And you know they had some shit. It takes something. Listen, it's a fat, ugly broad walk through here. We wouldn't trip. We'd keep talking. If a bad bitch walk through here, we gonna stop.
So they had some shit, but didn't nothing happen? Right.
Stop and look, right? So it gotta be a showstopper, right? So now I just exposed to you that the bozo said what? He was by himself. I never was by myself.
But this him on a wiretap bragging to somebody else, possibly.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. But you sent it like it was real.
On this originally and said begging. I never said begging.
But you sent it like it was real.
I was just reading what you sent me.
That's the part he's mad about, the begging. I never said that.
No, what I'm saying, though, the part I'm mad about is you act like we cool. You didn't send it to me and Wack, what's up with this? You did the bitch-ass shit you do, but they just can't catch you. So I'm here to let you know as a man, you's a bitch-ass nigga for that.
No, he's not. Because all he was doing was showing me
that because
a page from the biggest news of the day that my podcast co-host just so happens to be named in.
This is not public.
If I get something on you.
Yeah.
You know Remo ain't gonna say shit.
Who the first person I'm sending it to?
Of course, you're going to hit me about it. But wait.
But
you sent it to me, too.
He tried to send it to bro as if it was exposing me to something.
Yeah, no, this is
that's
like
what you think.
Together, and
I'm going to be real.
But what did I send you before that? I sent you in there, too. No jumper. First thing I sent you was no jumper.
You're reading through it. You're sending me
another thing
a couple of different things that seem
it's 107 pages, bozo.
And he sent me
you
2.
chose to send him that.
But you were on the phone live busy, so I knew you were on the phone.
No, that's
you
some
were
bullshit.
live. I was watching live and I sent it to him.
You were called into the news at that moment.
Listen, it's 107 pages, right?
True.
and out of 107 pages, and there's some crazy stuff in that content. You chose to send him that, so you thought you was isolating Wack on some bullshit. That's what you thought.
That wasn't
Keep
my
it real.
intention. That wasn't my intention.
The boy in you to tell the truth.
No, that wasn't my intention at all.
So what was your intention?
Real talk, I was reading through it. I see that section.
You see how it feels to really.
You
see how it feels to really be in front of the people you talking about and playing with.
No, I hear it.
It feel your. I hear.
He does that all the time.
No, he don't. No, he don't.
Oh yeah, he does.
Man, that dude get caught in certain places. He know it. He in certain places. While you get up and go to Chicago, yeah, boy.
What I'm doing is worse than what he's doing.
No,
he's not even putting any of them
with him. They don't fuck with dude because they feel like he's a foreigner and he's stirring shit up.
No, they love him for that.
No.
I've seen it. He's in here all the time
bro.
while I'm interviewing random people. They're all geeked up to take photos with him.
No, listen, let me tell you something. If they catch dude, like I caught him, I'm just chilling, but I'm gonna let you know, don't play with me, right? If you claim we got a relationship and we cool, bro, don't play with me. Don't do the backdoor shit. Because when I tell somebody I'm straight with them, when I get it, I send it to them.
Was it nothing backdoor about what the fuck Trapler Ross did? Just to state that. Like, the fuck? Nigga just mad, guy.
Right? The fact that you sent it to Adam while we live, you know what he gonna do. So you wanted him to present it like it was some bogus shit.
That I would say that wasn't.
So when you read that, you didn't get that Big U was putting extras on it. The real reason why you didn't attack that man is for something different. You didn't get that from that.
Didn't even.
To be fair, though, I didn't add any context. I just sent him a couple screenshots of multiple things from here that
he had to read it to send the screenshot.
I did read it. As soon as I saw that, I sent it. I was unfinished.
No, if you didn't put narrative on it, I know we posted that. Like we posted, all the juicy parts, the juicy parts. I mean, we have no comment on it because
what you do.
And obviously, like I think I could see the context in this. This is a nigga gassing. He's telling. It's like me being in a fight and me like, yo,
well, here go the thing, though. Here go the thing.
Yeah.
Know what to gas and what not to gas. Choose your.
You see how DJ Akademiks chimed in and told him like what Trapler Ross did wasn't wrong, and how quiet he was. It's just fake shit, bro. Like, he trying to press this man because he white and shit. Like, he don't want to press DJ Akademiks because he feel like DJ Akademiks is more lucrative to what he got going on.
Enemies, and make sure you got your friends, bro.
But you're conflating him sending me a screenshot of my podcast co-host being named in a federal RICO indictment as if he was somehow trying to smear your name or like create a narrative about you.
I'm finna go to New Orleans on you. I'm going back to Miss Gladys. May she rest her soul. Put some respect on my name, boy.
You understand what I'm saying? For that. You gotta do the hand for that one.
Put some respect on my name. Ain't that how study did it?
Nah, I think Wack feel like you were trying to like almost like call him out because Wack has told his story before, so I guess he probably feel like you were sending.
No,
like,
what I'm saying is I felt he
was
smart enough to read that and see the extra bragging and boasting that he's putting around what the real reason was.
I don't think he had ill intent because he sent me multiple pages too, and that was just one of the pages he sent. I think Adam just came and read it out.
He ain't sent me one page.
I was reading the whole thing.
Did you have his number?
Did anyone else send Wack pages?
I sent them the shit.
Yeah, Wack be having it.
You sent it to me.
I called Wack first words.
I sent them the shit.
Wack first words was, didn't I tell you? I'm like, God damn it, nigga, you must be the Oracle.
What?
Shit, they got the yellow Beezy shit, this shit. This shit's
yo, listen.
Free Beezy, man.
And what's crazy is, let's clear this up. How does Wack know? Because the people tell us. Straight up. My number's been on the internet for 8-9 years. I never changed it. For that reason. If you want, today I got a call. The Mexican dude at the bottom left with the blue shirt, his wife called me. Mr. 100, yeah. I'm Mejia's whatever wife. I said, well, what's going on? I said, what was he doing with Big U and them? He said he did business once or twice. He don't know them like that. They told on him. I'm a single mother now with a 6-month-old baby. I said, I'm going to send you some incredible diapers. Give me your information. But she was able to get to me because my number's there, and I keep it there on purpose. I'm just simply saying, listen, man, we expose ourselves. When we do something, we expose ourselves.
Hey, by the way, I do have a theory, though. And I don't know if you guys, again, I joined late. And again, first of all, I wouldn't even entertain any conversation. I see some people trying to with the bullshit. You're not listed in this indictment as witness, cooperant, victim, nothing. Which a rival, basically almost somebody that they might be looking into their damn self. So it doesn't look like. But I will say, some of what you may have done may have helped with the timing, right? I think you.
What's that?
I think you tipping off Big U. I think that definitely.
I did what?
I think you going online and saying that, and the only reason I'm saying this is that if you ever read any federal indictment,
I did what? I tipped him off.
You tipped him off via
What
online.
did the lady say in the recording I sent you?
Well,
please don't what?
Please don't tell. But this is why I'm coming to this conclusion. So the way how these type of, especially murder, like we haven't seen the grand jury indictment. It has to go to grand jury. This was done through just a complaint, which means they usually go through the investigation. They're definitely going to grand jury. They only do, that's a quick way to get an indictment when an officer or an agent says, we need you to sign off on this that we can arrest them. I think that they think Big U is about to be on the run, honestly. Why would he be on the run? Wack is on everywhere. Yo, they're coming. End of the month. Like, and I thought he was capping. So, again, we're going to see the real...
Facts. See what I'm saying? He's explaining it to you like that shit just makes Big U look guilty. Like you're not tipping him off. You're making him look guilty.
I thought then.
How many times have I capped?
Man, you didn't like him though. Plus, you're saying certain shit. I know you spoke to or you had some information from the fam. Like this is like you should only know this if you're doing the investigation. But I get it. They told the people. So we're gonna get the real indictment.
Right.
Very soon.
Yeah.
But the way they did it is usually to prevent. They did it to Dirk because Dirk was going to board a plane.
Right. And I hesitate to even open this can of worms, but we have reason to be skeptical about your statements about Big U because you obviously co-signed loose cannon telling the story about how Big U basically got Nipsey killed or whatever.
We never said he got Nipsey killed.
Okay, but you're saying that he had premeditated knowledge that Nipsey was going to get killed.
What he's saying is...
And that didn't really pan out, although a lot of people are now...
You see, like right here, he's trying to talk his way out of what he did when he brought loose cannon up on there talking about Big U. Like Adam's completely right, but he's trying to make it seem like it wasn't like that. But obviously it was.
Now looking at those statements as if they might have a lot more validity than they once thought.
What are you talking about? Because Big U that says, that's my little brother. He was the face of the neighborhood. All I did was support and stand behind him. But on page 83, he says, what? I'm the biggest Rolling 60 come out. I'm even bigger than Nipsey Hussle. That's what he said, right? Did you read that?
Well,
did he read? No. Did he read that?
I can tell you that.
Huh? You seen that, right? But this is the dude. This is why I told you, hey, yo, bro, every time I see dude talking about, that's my little brother, that's this, and I know what you said in my house and said, and let me hear, and the things you told me, and the things you wanted me to do that I refused to do, right? I sent you him telling me, here go the contracts, go after the state for me. All that, he's a snitch, he's this, we got that, we got this, that, and I'm sitting back, yo, tell that dude to release them sex tapes. Nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that, bro.
Yo, Wack, the only eerie thing about this is that everything that I think you had to educate, like, because we all listen to you on Clubhouse, right? You had to educate us what the grid program was. You were asking questions then.
We educated y'all.
How is this guy with the grid program?
Say it.
The feds basically said the same damn thing. You got a crystal ball or something. I'm just glad to be your friend, okay?
I got a crystal ball at home in form of R&B. Them cheeks.
Dual crystal balls. Gotcha. Yeah, but I mean, in general, if you see an older gangster with a charitable organization, what percentage of the time is it just a scam so they could still be doing bullshit?
I ran with him for 17 years.
Not really, right?
The fuck was that cough about? Was he really cough or was he trying to tell Adam something? Oh.
Educate us what the grid program was. You were asking questions then.
We educated y'all.
How is this guy with the grid program?
Say it.
The feds basically said the same damn thing. You got a crystal ball or something. I'm just glad to be your friend, okay?
I got a crystal ball at home in form of R&B. Them cheeks.
Dual crystal balls. Gotcha. Yeah, but I mean, in general, if you see an older gangster with a charitable organization, what percentage of the time is it just a scam so they could still be doing bullshit?
I ran with him for 17 years.
Not really, right?
Yeah, really.
17?
17.
We saw y'all publicly for a couple years, really.
No,
right?
that's you.
Yeah.
Big U came home in 04.
Okay.
Beat his son half to death. We bailed him out. Paid for his attorney. Reggie probably told you about that. If not, he'll tell you because he was around for it, right? Paid for his attorney. That's back when the Infiniti QX56 first hit. We had the same matching car. Like you wouldn't know if it was him or me, right? 17 years we ran, right? 17 years. He would tell people, Wack got the key to my front door. That's why I told Brick, hey, Brick, I've never seen you in my life. I never seen you at Crenshaw High. I never seen you at the funerals. I helped him bury a bunch of dudes over there. I never seen you at his crib, at the office. I never seen you. You didn't come out to all the video shoots, all these radio events we was having. How the West was won. Me and my boy AD created that. Crush Groove, we created that. I had contracts with Nick Masters at Live Nation. I would cut Big U in so Bro could eat because we were showing him how to hustle in the industry. Before he left, he wasn't in the industry. It was Key to Rock from 6-0. It was S-Mac from 6-0, the industry guys, right? There was no Big U. So when he came home, we embraced him, set him at the table, and we plugged him everywhere. This is why when I stepped away from him, all the industry went away from him.
You really feel like that?
That's a fact.
Everybody stopped with
Go to 2021.
I feel like a lot of people think it was the inverse of that, where a lot of people stopped with you.
Who, me?
Yeah.
My plugs ain't stopped. You know that.
Definitely felt like you became a lot more controversial in the industry because of that, though.
Because of what?
Because of you and Big U going to war.
I don't take it as that.
You crazy. I
think it's vice versa.
I was always, bro, he had no contracts, right? His only artist that got a deal, me and Game, got him the deal. He screwed it up, right? You got a dude that's struggling to try to keep his home from getting took and all this other crazy stuff. Wack was all DJ K. Slate. That's me. We put him with T.I. It was S-Mac plug. All my artists on my side. When he needed Scooty bikes for the kids giveaway, who supplied them? Yo, could you get Game to promote my football league? Who got that done? Right? Yo, could you help me? Could Nip go on tour? Who got that done? Let's talk about it. Like, bro, he has no real connects in the industry. Zero.
And you've always kind of been resentful of the fact that people treat him as if he's kind of on your level.
I'm not resentful that he ain't got more money than me. He ain't got no he has no plaques. He don't have no resources. He has no stamps in the passport. What are you talking about?
Yeah, look at it completely different. Like,
He's not on my level in no damn music industry.
Wack's like one of the most influential voices.
I mean, Big U hasn't had successes in the entertainment world. People act like he does, but there's no real
because we put it around him.
He did like one documentary style show.
That was my show. Right. I gave it to him. They begged me for 18 months. That's the homie from Compton Paul Rue show, Jim Bob. Jim Bob came to me for 18 months. Him and one of the Writers for Power, begging me to do it. I didn't want to do it. No disrespect, because I didn't want the segment to end with music with me. I always told myself, when I do that type of style thing, I want to have my other thing going on, right? Which, like, now I could do it.
Yeah.
Because it's going on, right? But I said, Jim Bob, no disrespect, that's a G homie. But I said, go ahead, Big U, do it. He'll eat it up. He looking for the light.
Wait, Wack, let me ask you a couple of questions, because I ain't gonna lie. It was reading through the entire indictment, I was fucking flabbergasted of just how accurate. And I'm not gonna lie, you said these things, and all these niggas gaslit you up here. They were like, what are you talking about? What AK case? What this? Nigga, I'm reading through the shit. I'm like, this nigga Wack is on the money.
June 23rd, 2023.
How do you find out about that, though?
Okay, I'm gonna keep it 100. Could I tell how I found out about it?
Whatever you want to say.
Okay. A certain person's wife is intimate with a Paru. You know it's the truth. Paru, dead homies. When I come off it, I'll FaceTime him.
So that's how you really found out?
Nigga, when he went to jail, she called her significant other.
I think it was like an ex-boyfriend.
Ain't no ex-boyfriend. Because I know my homeboy and I know his situation. Right? It's Lil Jon's homie. Lil Jon know what I'm talking about. He's a very well-known dude. He's tied to a bunch of people, right? So when he went, I get the call.
So he's saying that he knew about Brick case back then because his homie was fucking with Brick Bitch on the side. I don't know.
He said, hey, you know that boy called up, said, who that? Whoop. I said, how you know? He said, you know. I said, oh, okay. You serious? He said, yeah, I'm going to send you his info. They come in, they catch him with a K. She gonna know because she at home. They catch him with a K. This how I knew. This is why when Brick was saying in one of these rooms, having a tantrum, I don't know how cuz be knowing he on some police shit. That's because, nigga, you got a leak in your waterbed. I don't wake up and say, the day while he was still in there, I'm on Clubhouse saying it.
Not gonna lie, man.
I called the date. I called the date, the year. I told you what caliber.
It's funny because don't nobody believe this nigga.
Because like even reading the whole thing in this is what they call the Big U Enterprise, and even when Brick Baby comes up here to work, even certain conversations being allowed on this platform, do you ever pull you to the side like, again, not saying that it would be the cause of it, but it's exacerbating it. Right, it's so adding context. Like
all the time,
y'all are coming in here and y'all are literally I mean, there's a part where they're like, "Hey, we knew this," but then on the No Jumper podcast, they corroborated it, and I'm like,
"No, definitely." And just because I have it pulled up, I really want to just play this one clip that has been going kind of viral. That's like generally considered to be like the most federal clip that anybody on the podcast has ever had. This is Loose Cannon.
Basically, it's like, cause he'll be like he'll
talking about Big U
things like we'll go and do something, and the same niggas we do it to show up to the house like 10 minutes later when we trying to counting everything, right? And we be like, how the they get that? Oh well, we're gonna just give them like $40,000 back and stuff like that, but cause it's actually putting us in paperwork, right? And like doing like real police shit. I seen the nigga get like 20 guns, and when he got 20 guns, he's selling them to the homies. But I'm like, why are you writing down the serial numbers? So it's like he was doing like shit like that, and I didn't catch on. So it was like I'm waking up now. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm high-tech shit. I'm his right hand man. You get what I'm saying? So when it came down to like dirt and stuff like that, I'm gonna get it. You get what I'm saying? And then like.
People are pretty astonished because almost that exact thing is listed in the
Now let me go back to what you asked me.
Yeah.
This is why when Loose Cannon was calling me about what 600 was doing, I'm looking at the phone like, you can't be serious. 600 then made a video with him saying what he was saying 2 seconds later and put that. So you're calling me about what 600 is saying. Brody, have you forgot the things you said?
So basically, though, they both was admitting that they were saying police shit.
600 wasn't saying police shit because
he was trying to contradict it. He was trying to say
600 was reporting what was on the internet. That wasn't on the internet.
That's his own personal story that he lived.
I know how to protect my team. How did it get to the internet? I made sure it went to the proper stages of getting into the internet. I ran a Clubhouse room. I played snippets, had my media team.
It's funny how you know how to protect your team, but being a street nigga, you ain't wanna stop Loose when he was doing all this incriminating shit on Big U. It's funny, right?
Tape it, clip it, send it to YouTube, and I sent you 600. Now you can talk about it. It's on the internet.
All right, so Wack, when you hearing stories of Loose saying shit like that, so you didn't have...
That ain't my business.
No, but you didn't have any clue that he could be caught up in this RICO or anything that was going on?
I had no idea.
I think Loose thought he was kind of...
I had no idea.
That's the thing about...
Loose thinks that because it was 2-3 years ago, like, oh, he got 20 guns. It's like, it just sounds like he's talking bullshit, but when the Fed...
Wack is so guilty, bro. That shit crazy.
Feds are actually able to put the case together and show that this is the type of thing they were actually doing. All of a sudden, these podcasts become very important.
You know what they're keying on in that?
What?
When he says, I'm his right-hand man. See, Loose's case, the robbery he has nothing to do with Big U. What they're doing is they got this guy, this guy, this guy. They got sex trafficking, they got extortion, they got a murder, and they got some wire fraud, all that
and
stuff.
Same
right?
things with Brick is that none of his charges are actually related to Big U as of yet.
But what do Big U, Brick, and Luce have in common? They're all from rolling sixes. And guess what? Brick's situation and Luce's situation independently involves the same guy that was being extorted. So they're saying you were operating for Big U doing these things.
Yeah.
The same guy, Dale Monster Annoying, right? That Big U sent Sylvester Vest over there to pick up $1,000 every week of the Fed's money. You read that, right?
From the dispensary guy.
From the dispensary guy, right? The same guy that was going on with is the same guy that legitimately had issues with these two men that had nothing to do with that. They had nothing to do with they didn't know Big U was even doing that. But when he says, I'm his right-hand man, they said, okay, 606060, Vest 60, and Vest ain't even a gang member. Bear Claw 60, right? And we got one target, the same dude. Well, you did that. Now, we ain't going to say it's independent. We're going to say you did that because they was doing that.
Yeah.
And we're going to call this the Big U Enterprise, which is some bullshit. When the realest thing Big U said on his turn-in little videos was, Loose Cannon, Brick Baby, or not Brick Baby.
He said, Loose Cannon, I don't really fuck with him. Brick Baby, I don't really fuck with him.
But he fucks with Brick Baby.
But
he said he doesn't.
He did say in the video.
He fucks with Brick Baby. Do we fuck with Brick Baby?
Yes.
That's a fact.
Wait, he denounced it?
No, he
denounced Brick Baby.
In his
really?
exit
but he fucks with him. But Loose, he don't.
I mean, but it is alleged that, and that's why I'm so surprised that if I'm Brick Baby and I feel like him and you have a close personal relationship, I'm either quitting or I'm telling you no more conversation about
bro. No.
He definitely needs to be careful.
It's alleged that he would rob somebody and then have these conversations. And first of all, they were tapping Big U's phone. And they break it down with him, which is pretty much kind of like extortion.
I don't think Brick was doing any of that stuff while he was working here. I'm gonna be real with you.
Okay, but if you've done it in the past, why would you ever talk about that man's crimes? If your crimes are linked to his,
a lot of these dudes feel like if they get away with it for a few weeks, they're safe.
Brick never wanted to talk about it.
If me and you used to rob stores back in the day, and then now I'm on a podcast, and people want to talk.
Brick ain't want to talk about it because gangsters don't supposed to be talking about incriminating shit on a site that you know the fucking feds is watching. Wack seemed like the only gangster on this podcast that don't get that.
Talk about your robbing history. Maybe we're talking about you robbing stores in over there, and I never robbed stores. I don't want to talk about you robbing stores. If we used to do something of the sort, that's why I'm so surprised that I thought Brick like maybe didn't have anything to do with it. I mean, again, obviously these are allegations, but kind of reading, I'm like, I don't know.
What did Brick say on your show?
Can't be that good. I
when I asked him about the AK case, he said what? It was dismissed in Compton Court. Ain't that what he said? I said, what's up with that AK case? You called June 23rd, 20.
He said
it was dismissed as DA reject. No, it ain't, Brick. The feds got it, along with the cell phone. So now you got to ask yourself, if I got caught with that, right? I'm going to be like, yo, bro, I got caught. They ain't gave me a court date. I'm not going to hide it.
By the way,
that's the reason why you hiding.
By the way, people think that you're the cop for that, but in reality.
What?
No. In reality, that's just being smart. It's the same thing with Zay Osama when he got caught with the switch in the Uber and New York picked it up and dropped it. And he's like, I remember he dissed me. He was like, yo, I told you they ain't had nothing on me. And then the feds came right, like, come on. Like, that's just
you listen what I'm saying. Compton Court never had it. The feds has always had it. Day one. He knew that. But why'd you lie? Because you know you got that sealed file over there about Sue surfing them in Jersey.
Well, what did Brick ever have to do with them? You think Brick is in some way complicit
Big U
with that?
too. He had a sealed file. The exposers, Prince, Lavish, pulled it up. We tracked the case number back to Sue surfing them. First, we thought it was some Dirk shit. It's not Dirk shit. He got a sealed file, dope case, New Jersey. It's the same shit, indictment, Sue surfing them. I know it is. Nigga, we the exposers, bro. That's a Clubhouse thing. Let's straighten that out, too. The exposers come from Clubhouse, on the side of Clubhouse, right? It was Wack, 600.
The exposed, bro, this nigga, This nigga really monetized off of being a fucking CI. And he tried to say like, oh, we just do exposures. But y'all know shit that don't nobody else know. Don't nobody else know but the fucking FBI. Y'all pay attention.
I let Loose Cannon in.
He really bangs Clubhouse like it's his neighborhood.
Yo,
That's a fact.
Crazy.
That's my tool.
Yo, whoever on Clubhouse, no, he got great sources on. Hey, listen, they on Pacer because I looked up the same thing and I was like, I see Jersey, but I'm not putting together what you're saying. I'm like, why the fuck is a Jersey thing reference to Brick Baby?
Big U's in the same paperwork.
But what the hell could they have been doing with Jersey?
New Jersey 60s.
Right, but what were they doing?
I think there was someone with narcotics.
Brother, if you read it, it says Big U's a gang leader. He supplied drugs and guns. He's number 4 out of 14, right? They got him identified, the conversations, wiretaps. This was crazy. Big U know this paperwork exists, but he don't change his phone numbers. He don't change his Instagram. This 2022. We in 2025. He still got the same information now. But 2 weeks later, when they go to serve the indictments, everybody that's in the paperwork early April, late April, they pick everybody up, but Big U name not there.
Wait,
took down a whole nother 5.
How do you know what's in the sealed indictment for the
No, we matched. No, we got the Sue Surf. Well, we got that work.
Okay.
That's not sealed.
Got the work.
Okay. Yeah.
But we matched case number.
Okay.
Of Brick Baby sealed to their indictment.
Okay. It's just a sealed document.
It says New Jersey drugs.
Got you. Damn.
And I just want to say this as someone who I think, out of this group, I think I was the only one that really maintained communication with Big U over the years. I remember
that's your friend.
Y'all two were cool. I remember at one
super
point.
Tight.
I remember at one point you called me because you were upset at me over something and he was trying to smooth it over or something like that. So I remember y'all were cool.
Yeah.
I just thought of something too. Wack said it a couple times, more than a few times. He said that he ran with Big U for 17 years. If he's saying that on his internet, what makes you think the feds ain't come to him to ask him about Big U? Shit ain't right.